You ever scroll through Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube and you see some developer building these insane apps and you're watching someone just fly through code like it's their second nature? And then you sit back at your laptop staring at your broken HTML, wondering if you're even cut out for this. Yeah, I've been there. And in this video, I want to share why comparing your day 1 to someone else's year 5 is the fastest way to kill your motivation, and how I learned to flip that around into fuel. Stick around to the end because I'm going to tell you the one perspective shift that completely changed how I look at my own coding journey. When I first started coding, specifically web development, I'll be real with you, it was overwhelming. I didn't know the difference between CSS and JavaScript. I thought divs were just rectangles you threw on a page, and anytime something didn't line up, I'd spend hours questioning if I was just not smart enough for this. Meanwhile, I would hop on YouTube or Reddit and I'd see these developers with polished portfolios, massive projects, perfectly responsive websites, talking about frameworks I hadn't even heard of yet, and I'd instantly feel like I was behind. It felt like I was running a marathon, but everyone else had started 5 years earlier, and I was still lacing up my shoes. Here's the truth. When you're new to coding, or really anything in life, you're on your day 1. And comparing your day 1 to someone's year 5, year 10, or year 15, that's like comparing your first push-up to someone else's bodybuilding competition. But here's what I didn't realize back then. Every single advanced coder I looked up to also had a day 1. They also had that moment where they couldn't figure out where their for loop wouldn't run, or why their button wouldn't censor. They've had error messages that made them want to throw their laptop out the window. The difference? They just had more time, more reps, more mistakes under their belt. And the mistake I was making, maybe you're making it too, was thinking that their highlight reel somehow meant that I wasn't good enough. I remember my first real struggle project. Building a homepage for a project, I used position relative everywhere because it was the only way I could move things around. And guess what? On my laptop, it looked decent. But the second I checked it on a phone, it was a disaster. I felt embarrassed, like how do people make this stuff look so good across every screen size? But here's the funny part. When I look back at the project now, I smile because I can literally see my growth. Back then, I didn't know about Flexbox, I didn't know about media queries, I didn't even understand why responsiveness mattered. Now I can explain it. I can build it. And it's only because I went through that messy, frustrating stage. So if you're watching this and you're feeling stuck, let me just tell you, that struggle you're in right now, that's not proof you're bad at coding, it's proof that you just are coding. And this doesn't apply just to web development. This can apply to data scientists, this can apply to back-end developers, literally anyone. People who are working with AIs, someone else is designing distributed systems, different chapters, different timelines, same book. Everyone's journey starts with, what does this error mean? And slowly builds toward, okay, I actually understand this now. And just like any skill, whether it's playing guitar, learning a new language, or coding, you can't shortcut the time it takes. You've got to let yourself be a beginner. Here's the payoff I promised earlier. The shift that changed my journey was when I stopped looking at other people as competition, and I started looking at them as proof that it's possible. Proof that if they can do it, I can too. Proof that that person with the crazy portfolio and all the skills I admire started exactly where I am right now. Mindset flip kept me going when I was staring at code I didn't understand, or when I was frustrated because nothing worked the way I wanted it to. Instead of saying, wow, I'll never be like them, I started saying, wow, that's where I'll be in a few years if I keep at it. So if you're in your day 1 or maybe your month 6 or even your year 2 and you still feel behind, remember this. Don't compare your beginning to someone else's middle or their peak. Your chapter 1 isn't supposed to look like someone else's chapter 10. And hey, I want to know if you're still with me at the end of this journey. Drop a comment with the word journey so I know you're on yours too, because trust me, you're not alone in this. Keep building, keep breaking things, keep learning, because one day someone's going to look at your work and think, wow, I wish I was at their level. And when that day comes, you'll realize it was never about comparing, it was always about continuing. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you guys end up hitting that like button, you hit that subscribe button, and definitely join my Discord, which is in the description below. We'll see you guys in the next one for day 2 of my IT journey. Deuces.